Hi, good morning, good morning. It's Dina here with Radiant Journey Coaching. I just wanted to jump on today because I saw a post the other day and I actually shared what it said, and it basically really spoke to me, not only as a woman but as an entrepreneur. And I truly feel as though it's something that maybe society in general is missing the boat on. And it really spoke to me and it got a lot of positive feedback. So I just wanted to talk about it for a few minutes today to kind of get everybody on the same page. It's a new month. It's the end of the week. A lot of us have a long weekend coming up. And I really feel as though it was important to start talking about this. And what it was that it really comes down to, when it comes to confidence, we all get this education. We all go through elementary school, we go through middle school, we go through high school. A lot of us go through additional education after that. And yet nobody ever teaches us how to love ourselves. Nobody ever teaches us how we are supposed to build confidence and feel as though we can accomplish anything. If anything, we're taught to second guess ourselves and follow the straight and narrow and don't go too far outside the box because, there's no way that, that's odd and that's different. And so I wanted to talk about that a little bit today, about how you should go outside of the box and you should reach for any crazy, wild dream that you might have because you're capable of anything. So who am I? My name is Dina. I'm the owner of Radiant Journey Coaching. I am a woman's confidence and empowerment coach, and I specialize working with female entrepreneurs to help them grow their businesses so that they can feel confident in their new endeavors. And it really struck a chord with me that so many people actually felt the same way I did when it came to the idea that nobody ever taught us how to be confident. Nobody ever taught us how to love ourselves. And that is such a shame. And so I feel like it's a calling that I have to go out there and to help people, not just women, but a lot of women, realize that you can accomplish anything that you want to accomplish, and you can go and you can be as big of a rock star as you want to be. And this confidence doesn't just necessarily apply to those who are in business for themselves. It can apply to any job that you have. It can apply to motherhood. It can apply to being a wife or a husband or a parent and grandparent. I feel like at some points we always second guess ourselves. We always think, can I do this? Is this even possible? Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just step back a little bit. And the answer is no. You need to go forward. You need to follow your true passion, whether that's working with children or working for yourself or even being the best damn, assistant that you can be, or the best CEO of a company and so forth. And that's really what I want to teach people. That's really where I want to be able to step in and tell people, you can do this. And where does it start? It all starts with inside yourself. It's waking up every morning and telling yourself that you are capable of great things. So say it with me now. I am capable of great things. I am capable of achieving any goal I set out to achieve. This is stuff that's really important because the biggest misconception about confidence is that once you have it, you always have it. It's there with you 24 hours a day. And that's not the case. Once you have confidence in one area, you need to keep massaging it. You need to keep working with it. You need to keep practicing how to be confident with yourself. That's just the way that it works, okay? So confidence is something that comes from within, and it's an emotion. It's an emotion that drives your thinking, okay? So it's a heart and head type of deal. It really starts in your heart when you truly believe that you can accomplish something, and then your heart starts telling your head that you can. The worst thing we can do is start with our head first and then lead to our heart. Because when we start with our head first, we get it filled with all that silly logic and that ego that I was talking about yesterday that truly just makes you think to yourself, like, I can't do this. Who am I to think that I can, make $1 million this year? Or who am I to think that I can change lives? But if you start with your heart first and you lead with your heart, and then you go to your heart will always lead you in the right direction. Your heart will never tell you anything negative. Hearts only work in the positive. They only can put out positive vibes. That's why we use the heart every time, the symbol of the heart for love and positivity and caring, because hearts themselves can only truly go in the positive. They can't go in the negative. So start with your heart. Start leading with your heart. Wake up every morning and the first thing you should do is, how am I feeling today? Now, not physically like, oh, my back hurts a little bit from yoga I took yesterday or whatnot, or man, those squats really did me in. But how do you feel emotionally? Start with your heart in the morning and just wake up and say, how does my heart feel today? And if whatever your heart is telling you, then you transfer that to your brain and you start thinking the way the heart's feeling. Well, my heart is feeling as though I need to spread this message of confidence and love to all of my fellow entrepreneurs out there. So what do? Then my heart starts thinking, well, hey, Dina, go live, tomorrow morning before your meetings, and send out an email to your list and see how they're feeling today, and check in with them before the weekend, and all these things. So always start with your heart. That's the key takeaway that I wanted to talk to people today. And then people can say, well, my heart is telling me that I need to get out and talk to people, but I don't know how. And I get that. Sometimes we don't know how to convey our message, and we don't know, and that's when we start having those negative thoughts. So if you follow with your heart and your heart is telling you to do something, find ways in your head and ask questions. Ask me, ask other entrepreneurs, ask other people that you know that have done things that you're striving to do, and see how they accomplished it. Because that's truly how, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Okay? So you want to definitely reach out to people. Reach out to people that you feel confidence in, that you feel as though you can trust and support, or even just somebody that you admire. Reach out to them and say, hey, I love you. I love what you do. I want to try to be like you in the sense that I want to achieve this, this, and this. And they might come back to you and say, hey, so glad you reached out to me. I was really looking to take on an intern or something like that. Or, hey, I'm glad you reached out to me. Here's the articles that helped me when I was growing. Or, hey, follow this person. The possibilities are legit endless, okay, in so many different ways. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about starting with your heart, leading with your heart instead of your brain, because your heart will always think in the positive, and then it will tell your brain to think in the positive. That's my big takeaway for today. And once you have a plan that your heart and your head have devised together, then go ahead and seek out those that can help you reach your goals. So you might reach out to somebody who's in the same field as you that may be a couple departments ahead or something along those lines. Or you might find someone who is also, you might find someone who runs their own business and you're like, hey, I love your business model. Can we chat? Something along those lines. Or even just if you look at someone and say, wow, this person is always giving back. They're always volunteering their time. That is something that I want to do. Reach out to them and say, hey, what organizations do you volunteer for? Are they looking for other volunteers? Something along those lines. It really depends what your heart is telling you at that time that you want to do. So remember, heart, head, reach out to people. Those are the 3 steps that I'm going to leave you with for this weekend so that you can really feel fulfilled and confident, and why this is not being taught in our everyday lives, and why we are not trying to express this to people, or the education system is not trying. It's not something we talk about on a regular basis. It baffles me. So that's what I'm going to start doing. Is I want to start talking about this. I want to start teaching, and I want to start guiding people to realize that they can be confident in anything that they want to accomplish, as long as you start with your heart. That's the key. Always start with your heart, and then there's nothing that you can't accomplish. So remember that as we go into the weekend. I hope everybody has a wonderful Friday. If you're finding value in this, please feel free. I would love for you to share. I also have, if people are interested, I have a free PDF that I'm going to be setting up. I can set that down for you guys here as well. If you're interested, I would love for you guys to check it out. And everybody have a great Friday. And for those of us who have a long weekend, I hope you truly enjoy it. And everybody take care. Bye.